Hello everybody and welcome back to the labs. I am Towsty and this is InfiniSauce, episode 21, hanging out here on the Modsauce server. You may notice a few changes in my armor. Well, I may have mentioned a few times that I've been playing around recording another series, a multiplayer series. And in that multiplayer series, I've talked about this a little bit. We just did a migration from the Bevo tech pack on the ATLauncher to the Modsauce pack, and that does a few things. It adds a lot more mods to to the multiplayer playthrough. It makes things a bit less nerfed. Particularly the playthrough of the Bevo tech pack was really there's a lot of changes and things that we didn't like. So this is a bit better for our playstyle. And so none of that's been released as of yet, as of the recording of this, and it will be going up very, very, very soon. I got about 20 episodes of that to release. In that playthrough, though, I've gotten into a lot of blood magic, and it's been a blast. I don't want to show it twice, so I'm not going to show everything I've done with it here. But what I've decided is, instead of popping back and forth and saving NEI subsets for inventory space, I'm doing this. I got two private ender chests. This one has my old armor and had all of this stuff in it. And this one has my inventory from the other playthrough. Now, the thing that I've decided is I wanted to get into blood magic on this playthrough too, but you can't really do that because it's a shared life essence network. So I'm constantly getting life essence. If we look here, I've got over 8 million right now. And that wouldn't go so well. So what I've decided is I'm just going to share my armor and things like that. And if I do anything in this on blood magic, I'll just pop over to that base. And if not, then I'll make stuff over here. It'll kind of be that's going to be a shared part of the two playthroughs. But I just finished recording day before yesterday. I've been kind of sick all weekend, and I just finished recording me crafting the bound armor. And this is the new default texture for the bound armor. Isn't it awesome? So within that, I am super powerful now. I'm basically invincible. I've got night vision, whirlwind 2, boost, haste 2, fire resistance, water breathing, and there's some other things there that I don't think are listed, or they've been removed because I just updated it. So we got one. Yeah, they've still got all 4. So that's awesome. So this is I'm going to be super OP now, and we have updated the server to Modsauce 1.0.0.5. However, in doing so, I've had to change the way the server was running. I talked about this before, Ender IO was like super broken before with the sag mill and the alloy smelter. It's all fixed. These now work. And part of the reason is because I did change the way the server was running. But part of the other reason is that there were, well, actually, no, that was really just the way the server was running. But there's also been a lot of updates to mods, and there's also, including blood magic, which I accidentally crashed the server right before I started to record, and every time I logged in it would crash, so I had to downgrade blood magic and then delete something and then re-upgrade it. Because it adds a ritual that lets you, that feeds you, so long as there's a chest with food on top of it. It's kind of like the ritual of the stomach or something like that. Or the ritual of the satiating stomach or something like that. Don't do that until there's a new update. Right now, blood magic is on 1.2.0. Wait till there's an update from that version, because in 1.2.0, there is a bug with the way he adds saturation. And what that ritual is supposed to do is not allow your hunger haunches to go down at all. It won't increase them, but it won't let them go down either, so you just got to be full. But there's a bug. So I set that up. It crashed me over and over, so I'm waiting on that. And for now, we're just going to use our backpack of feeding. So I got a few things I want to work on today. In the last couple versions of Modsauce, there have been quite a few updates. I want to do, I talked about this earlier, I want to make a better big reactor, and I want to put it somewhere other than here. And I talked about waiting for Mistcraft and getting a mining dimension, but I've got another idea for that. Quite possibly, though, it will involve me leaving it here. So what I'm going to do is actually, there's a new mod in this called Compact Machines, which I think was added a couple versions ago. Maybe it's been in the whole time, I don't really remember, but I'm going to work on that a little bit. I know how to get that going now. And we're going to make a power gen in a compact machine. And then we're also going to work on getting some solar flux up and running and using the compact machine as a backup power gen, and then possibly some security with MFFS, which was just added. So solar flux was 2 versions ago. MFFS was added. We got universal electricity. We got, I'm not sure if that actually adds anything though, to be honest. maybe like a power converter or something. I'm not really sure what universal electricity adds. I think it's just a dependency mod for either MFFS or resonant engine, which doesn't really add a whole lot in and of itself as well. Just these things, which I'm pretty sure are just crafting, or are just creatively spawned in, and does add this as well. So there's that. And then, let's see, Simply Jetpack's got a lot more updates. So now if you want to fly around with Simply Jetpacks, you can do that using NRL-based upgrade systems or thermal expansion-based upgrade systems. So that's really cool. I like that he's done that. Let me see if I have any quartz. I have no quartz ore. That's fantastic. I know this isn't going to do anything, but pretty sure there's a way to turn this. Yeah. I think I have an enrichment chamber, smelting, enriching. We're just going to turn a bunch of this into that for just in case sake. Wow. I just realized none of it's going to get pulled up. That's okay. So, I think to get started, let's look at what's involved in solar flux. It's really, really, really cool. What else? Sorry, did I miss anything that was added? I think I did. Resonant engine. We've got Galacticraft now. The big one was Ars Magica is now in the pack, and I may get into that. I may not. We'll see what I want to do. Yeah, there's a whole lot here that I'd have to work on. But, so yeah, Ars Magica's in it. It's changed quite a bit. It changed to 1.6.4 quite a bit, and that, I'm guessing, has just been ported up. So there's that. So let's get some patterns going here. Let's look at solar flux. Now this stuff, is not what I wanted necessarily. So in order to get a tier 6 solar panel, you need to make all of the predecessing tiers. So the first thing I want to do is figure out how to make the mirrors. Now this is just what, glass? Yes. We got 47,000 sand. So let's make a pattern for sand into glass. Wow, I don't have any of these things. Is this the smelting one? It is. So we'll start. Actually, let's put it up here for now. There's a small problem with the way I'm doing this. I don't really have the power to maintain. All of my machines running. So I'm hoping I don't run out of power. All right, so there's that. And we'll plop this guy here. All right, so let's look again at the mirror. Boom, that's auto crafting, and then we got to find our interface terminal, scroll down to the molecular assemblers, and we'll just put you in here. Okay. That's about it for that one. Let's make a mirror. Whoopsies. Thank you. All right, so there's the base solar panel, and we'll just throw you in here. And to make a tier 2 solar panel, we need at least a tier 1. And we need what was it? Redstone reception coil. Sorry, let's do this. All right, so there's that. So let's make a tier 2. To make a tier 3, we require 4 tier 2 and 4 photovoltaic cells. Now these are fairly simple. We're just going to need a few extra mirrors, which is probably, we're going to need a few of them. And we're gonna need some machine frames. Now these guys. I used to have all these recipes in before I killed the server and had to redo everything. And I didn't want to like spawn everything in that I used to. I just figured I'd redo it as I discovered it. So that's what we're gonna do. Tin gear. I actually wouldn't mind these over here for some reason. So let's do a leadstone energy cell as well. Okay, now this is going to be another one. So I need silver. Gotta change things up a little bit. And gold. Now I don't remember exactly how much electrum this makes. Silver. It is 2. Okay, that's what I thought. Whoop. Come on back. So we'll plop this guy over at the induction smelter. Now this may override the need to do a compact machine power gen system. If it does, we'll figure out another reason to put that build. That actually may be where I end up putting my my auto crafting of seeds and things like that, which right now is in, oh gosh, I hate these things, which right now is in the mining dimension. Oh, you know what? I gotta get a sign out. I just remembered something else we gotta work on. I keep talking about this with my other playthrough. What is it? Portal Nexus. All right. This is the wrong side, isn't it? There we go. Okay, so let's look at our solar panel now and see what I'm in the middle of here. I think I was in the middle of the leadstone thingy-mabobber. So I need a redstone block with this, which if you remember to take one out if you know you have this stuff, it can be a bit easier to deal with when you're making stuff like this, so you don't have to go back and forth. And there's that, and there's, so I need a photovoltaic cell. And we need a machine frame. So let's throw all these guys in here. I don't think I have anything in here that's really like pattern worthy. Try and keep this a little bit organized for now. Did I get that in there? Yeah, I did. So if we look at our solar panel, we should see a tier 3 in there already. Yep. It should just cruise through there. The thing is, we're gonna need lots and lots and lots of glass. Let's just go check something. I'm a little concerned. This capacitor isn't really storing as much as it needs to. It is still storing it because it's just, you know, straight through and through. But everything does seem to be working okay for now. Oh, that's bizarre. One of the things that got fixed in the update is they, for some reason, what's it called? Mechanism origin keeps restarting. So if you're on 1.0.0.4 and you're noticing your mechanism ore are back in the game. They fixed that in 1.0.5. There was a lot of config changes and a lot of little things, and a lot of updates, and I'm really happy that everything that I've got going is working again. I also had to move the Karma server over, but I am not too worried about that. Everything else worked fine. So now we need some tier 2 photovoltaic cells, which needs clay. This is going to be interesting. So let's get some, let's try that again. Was it like this? Was that a thing? No, it was just one. How do we make clay? Well, I guess for now, we're just going to have to go dig up some clay. Ooh. Cool thing about this is night vision and water breathing equals no problem. And magnet even better. Whoopsies. See some clay? There's some clay. It's actually easier for me to watch the recording to find this than it is my screen, because there's just something about the way the recording is. I think, well, what it actually is it's not actually really brighter for you guys as much as it is the screen that my recording image is on is a bit more vibrant of a screen, but I don't like to use it as my main screen because it's just a little too big actually. Mariculture, biomes of plenty, and mechanism are just covering up the whoa, sponges. Interesting. I don't think these actually do anything, to be honest. They're Minecraft sponges, so they're a little like sucky. They don't really handle. Oh no! Get out of my inventory. Whee! Ugh, blood magic armor, so good. Can't believe I've never gotten into it before. So there's a bunch of clay. I don't know if it'll be enough to do everything that I need to do, but it's a start. So there's a pattern for the tier 2 photovoltaic cells. And then we're also going to need the solar panel, the machine frame tier 3, which is going to be that guy. With ooh, little lag there. Some Invar, which I don't have any of right now. So let's tell it to make a machine frame. And let's also tell it to make a couple of these extra tier 3 solar panels, because I'm going to need them eventually. Invar is ferrous and iron, I believe, equals 3 Invar. Yes, it does. So we'll actually wrap around to the other pattern terminal. I think that, yeah, there is patterns in here. And we'll do that and that. Come on now. Work with me. Equals, where's my induction smelter? What the? Machines? There they are. Oh no, it's Invar. I always get those mixed up for some reason. Equals 3 Invar. And because it's not a crafting one, the machine ones we'll hold on to, and we'll do that all at once. But because it's a crafting one, I want to be careful with it and make sure it goes in the right place. Whoopsies. Gear. There we go. See, this is what I was trying to avoid. If any of you are wondering, if you've done the update to 1.0.0.5, and I'm assuming this video won't be out anytime soon. I'm fairly caught up on the Modsauce releases, but take it with a grain of salt, because this may be really old news for a lot of you. One of the things that kind of bothered me about the update was that, let's get a redstone energy cell. Sorry, is that it, it added a secondary, if you're using, maybe you don't like it, but if you do use the, armor status or the, armor status HUD and the armor HUD, what am I saying? The thing that shows you the armor in the bottom left from Imibis, I think, maybe somebody else. And the potion or the status effect HUD, which is what's showing you the haste and all that stuff over there. If you do use that, when you update to 1.0.0.5, which I'm now calling 1005, what you'll notice is that there is a second one. And what I mean by that is, oh wait, have I not done? No, I'm on tier 3. Let's at least make one of these. Come on. Come on. I don't really know what's going on here. I don't remember why I asked it to do that. Why are you doing this? Cancel that. Boom, tier 4. Okay, sorry, I started to get a little confused there. You may have noticed that there's a second like armor status HUD when you look at, or when you update. That's because Ars Magica adds their own as well, and you can disable that in their config. And that's what I had to do. It's pretty small, so it's kind of nice, but I like, once I turned off the numbers for the damage values for armor, like it'll still show it for the amount of items or something, right? Which I like. But once I turned off the damage value of the armor, I really like the armor status HUD a lot more. Alright guys, so you've seen me do enough of this. This has been like a whole episode of crafting. I'm gonna just cut the recording here for a second, and we'll come back when I'm done, and I'll show you what we got going on. Alright guys, welcome back, and we're gonna finish up our solar panel crafting. I really don't know how long this will take, but I've got all the patterns in that I need and the ability to process everything. So let's look for our solar panel tier 6, and let's just see what we need. Actually, the last thing that I had to add, believe it or not, was wood. So one of the recipes uses oak wood planks, possibly even 2 apparently, and I didn't have enough to cover them both. So I changed one of them to redwood. I found a redwood tree, chopped it down, put it in the sawmill, and now we've got some wood that we can craft. I'm really hoping this doesn't overtax my power system, but here we go. I don't have a lot to craft. I have some things, just not a huge amount. I should probably mention that the reason that I'm doing this is because these solar panels are so powerful. This solar panel by itself holds 60 million RF per tick, or 60 million RF total. So that's like a little backup power cell all by itself. My energy storage box over here only holds 135,000 only holds 135 million. So even though it's like this massive multi-block structure, it holds just a little bit more than double. Wait, a lot more than double. No, a little bit more than double. Sorry. The other one. Or than just that solar panel alone, which is also generating. And then these guys, they're generating a little bit less than 4,000 RF per tick, which they're not set up that well. They're fairly good basic starting ones, but I didn't go really over the top with them. So, the thing is, this solar panel, when it's done, will generate the same as one of those big reactors, and it transfers it very, very fast. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go over here. I'm going to grab some armor blocks. And we're just going to build a little outcropping back here. All right. Just a little catwalk. Come out here. Yeah, that'll be good. Do I have any slopes? I do. We're going to do some more stuff with these wedge slopes, I think. So we're going to take this and these guys, and we're just going to come around the edges like so. Actually, that's one too close. Come around the edges like so. Okay. Oh. This is the wrong armor block. How does one make these? There we go. Much better. So one of the things about Modsauce that the creators have done is they have added a lot of the guys from the community of people that put out this pack use chisel, and they're all really good builders. Well, all, like probably most. Well, actually, yeah, probably all of them are pretty good at building like really nice looking structures. And I am not, but I am pretty happy with some of the builds I've done recently, and I'd like to get into some more detailed stuff with some help from somebody. But other than that, they all use a lot of Carpenter's blocks, and so it's really neat to see that they've done this. They've used MineTweaker to add some scripts that say that add crafting recipes for a lot of these, so you can auto craft them, and that is just super handy. So what's actually going to happen is these are going to be facades. These ones on the sides here. And then we're going to have probably tesseracts out here as well. Do I have any tesseracts left? No. That's fine. For now, it'll just be some universal cabling. Or not universal, some... Where's my cable? Some of these guys, because these can hold 20,000 each, which means they can take quite a few of these, but not an immense amount. And then we're going to come down here. I may change this to tesseracts eventually. I don't really know. Oh, what? That's a problem. We're actually just going to move you over some. Okay. Then we'll actually, let's pick some of these up. Woo! And we'll grab like that. And that'll be the input for those. I may have to change that directly to an input. Not really sure yet. It kind of depends. It kind of depends on the overall, if these cables will try and output into the solar panels because they have a storage buffer. I don't really want that to happen. I don't think it will because they'll be generating, but at night they won't be. So I'm probably still going to be needing a, a bit of frame rate lag right now. I'm probably still going to be needing a storage or a compact machines power generation system, which, if you're not really sure what I'm talking about, is really cool, and you'll see next episode probably. And because these solars are only going to be good during the day, so it's still chugging along, huh? We getting closer? Oh yeah, we're getting a lot closer. So this stuff is all the stuff that's already crafted. And then this is the stuff that's needs to be crafted. So we still got, oh, actually, we got a lot of the hard stuff out of the way. I'm hoping my power generation will keep up with it. And then, I need facades. Do I have any binding? Do I have any facades? I thought I painted some earlier. No, I don't. So let's get some conduit binding. I should have the clay. Oops. I have these unlinked for now because it made things easier for doing what I was just doing. And let's go downstairs and just throw this in the smelter. Auto sort, auto sort. Oh, I forgot to turn these on earlier. Pull some of these out for the sake that we're going to need some. All right, and there's that, and then let's grab my conduit binding now and make a few facades. Boop, perfect. Paint them up real quick. Now, Ender.io has changed a lot. Another thing that I am going to want is probably one of these guys eventually, but I'll grab one later. I don't need to watch me build that. Ender.io has gone through some heavy updates. I'm really excited to get into some of the advanced stuff. I'm just hoping I can find a good reason to. That's right. One thing that you're also going to notice is that facades from Ender.io, I don't know when this became a thing. I never used to do this. They used to be all, none of them would connect. Now they're connected textures within themselves, but they don't connect to other of the same kind that they're painted as. However, Wayla or Wala, one of the two, will show, and those are two different mods, will show you the amount of energy stored in each conduit, because each conduit from Ender.io has its own internal buffer of 20,000 RF per tick, RF, depending on the size, right? So if it's a lower tier, it's like 10,000. If it's a lower tier, it's like 5,000. So it's done. All right. It's nighttime too, which is a bit of a problem. I don't have a bed over here. I don't think these generate anything at night. Let's go over here. Just put one right here. That's a 5. Wasn't there a 6? Did I not make them all? No. No bueno. That was weird. Oh, you know what? I never made the final recipe for the solar panels. Oh, super fail. What am I doing? Super fail. Wow. I cannot believe I did that. There we go. There's all 6. So, I think it's safe to assume that I'm going to have to find that pattern that uses wood. This one uses wood. This one did not use wood. Crafts 2 mirrors with 3 glass and 1 iron ingot. I don't know where else the wood would be being used. Let's just try it. Oh boy. Well, it does look like I'm going to need to get some more redwood. So, we'll actually stick with the tier 5 for now. It's not near as good as I'd like. But you'll be able to see in a second here just how powerful these are. Let me just make it day so you guys can see this before it's too late. It's already a long episode, so. So, now let's look and see if we have a net. It's only 1,000 more, so probably not, to be honest. But let's make sure that something's actually going through these conduits. Whoa! There is energy transferring through them, almost the full 1,000. It takes a bit to warm up. I think if you shift right click them, you can see what the generation level is. Yeah. So we're almost generating the 1,000 per tick. It's storing none of the 16 million. And you can see that if we have a few, like a nice array of these though, that it's going to be good. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to have to check. Let me grab that. Check and see off camera if I can get a tree farm up and running. And if I can, I'm actually going to probably do that in... I'm going to have to change that recipe back from redwood to regular wood and get an oak wood tree farm up and running. I think I'll do that. I'll have to do that off camera. So that's the solar flux mod in a nutshell. I'm sorry you didn't get to see it. What I'll do is I'll just start off. I'll create the crafting recipe and the tree farm, all that stuff, and I'll let it craft up, and I'll put it down and show it to you guys next episode, and then we'll work on our other power generation system. And eventually we're going to get into some base security here, all right? So until next time, guys, I have been Towsty. I hope you enjoyed watching this. Hang up your lab coats on the way out, and leave a comment or a like below or something if you got some ideas for my next build. I'll see you next time. Deuces!